You are tuned into the 5-Minute Signal. I am Aris Sterling, performance research expert. This is not a health podcast. This is your maintenance manual for the body. We don't do hope here, we do reality. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get to work. The news today is a fundamental recalibration of what we consider the master regulator of female biology. Research released on January 27, 2026, has finalized a massive multi-omics analysis of the human ovarian microenvironment. For decades, the ovary has been relegated to the category of reproductive interest, an organ that matters only when you want to create life. The new data suggests this was a catastrophic oversight. The study confirms that the ovary is actually the command central for systemic aging in the female body. It is the first organ to undergo early-onset aging, often decaying twice as fast as the heart, lungs, or liver. But the signal isn't just about the eggs, it is about the signaling. The data shows that when the ovary begins its accelerated decline, it sends a cascade of inflammatory markers and metabolic shifts that trigger systemic decay across the entire organism. We are seeing a direct link between the onset of ovarian senescence and a spike in cardiovascular risk, neurological thinning, and the collapse of bone mineral density. This matters because your health span is being governed by a clock that is running on double time. Most women are operating under the assumption that they have until their 50s before they need to worry about the fallout of menopause. Reality is much more aggressive. The internal communication between the ovary and the brain, the neuropeptide signaling network, begins to fray in the late 30s. This isn't just about the loss of fertility, it is about the loss of the biological architect that maintains your metabolic snap and your cognitive resilience. If you are waiting for the symptoms of menopause to appear before you intervene, you are trying to fix a foundation after the house has already begun to lean. The ovary-span, the functional life of these endocrine factories, is the primary bottleneck for female longevity. If we can extend the ovary-span, we don't just extend fertility, we delay the systemic off-ramp that leads to age-related disease. The hard truth is that the medical establishment has treated the cessation of ovarian function as a natural, unavoidable cliff to be managed with basic symptom relief. This is the grit reality. Menopause is an organ failure. No other vital organ is allowed to simply shut down in midlife without aggressive, proactive medical intervention. If your heart or your kidneys began to fail at 45, we would call it a crisis. When the ovaries do it, we call it a transition. This passive acceptance is a performance killer. The default population accepts the decline in lean mass, the spike in systemic inflammation, and the brain fog of hormonal shifting as a fact of life. The optimized elite recognize that the ovary is a biological power plant that provides the hormonal currency required for every high-level system in the body. Ignoring the early onset aging of the ovary is like ignoring a leak in a nuclear reactor and wondering why the power grid is failing across the entire city.
Your actionable move today is to stop viewing reproductive health as separate from longevity and start treating it as your primary diagnostic. 1. Baseline your biological clock with a high-sensitivity anti-Müllerian hormone (AMH) test. Do not wait for a fertility crisis. Use AMH as a longevity biomarker to track the rate of ovarian reserve depletion. If your AMH is dropping faster than the chronological norm, your systemic aging is likely on an accelerated track. Knowledge is your only defense against the latency lag of traditional diagnostics. 2. Perform a bone-first resistance audit. Because the loss of ovarian estrogen triggers an immediate and aggressive resorption of bone tissue, you must prehabilitate your skeletal structure. This means moving beyond toning and into heavy compound mechanical loading, squats, deadlifts, and presses, to build a mineral reservoir that can survive the eventual hormonal shift. You are building the bank account before the withdrawal begins. 3. Implement an endocrine disruptor clearance. The aging ovary is uniquely sensitive to environmental toxins, specifically stiffening agents like microplastics and certain phthalates found in conventional personal care products. These substances don't just affect hormones, they accelerate the fibrosis and scarring of the ovarian tissue itself. Swap your plastic storage for glass and audit your daily skincare for endocrine active ingredients. Protect the command center from external sabotage. The clock is running at double speed. Stop hoping for a soft landing and start hardening the target. I'm Aris Sterling. This has been the 5-Minute Signal. Stay sharp.